Okay, Armstead limited, Nick Perry limited, Michael Morgan limited, Simi did not practice, Mark Tyler limited, and Blake Ailes limited. Hopefully we get guys back tomorrow so we can get everybody in there. I thought for the most part the practice was pretty good. Guys did a good job. Offense did a good job of ball security today. Was a huge emphasis of the day. Has been all week, but especially today. They went all the way to the last play of the day without turning it over. So good except for that, and then a good play by TJ there at the end to get the turnover for the defense.
That last play makes it more fun for everybody. How much does that help practice?
Well, they had milkshakes on the line, so they had if the offense went all day without a turnover, Willie Mack had to buy milkshakes for the defense, and then vice versa with Clay Helton had challenged him. So that's why it was kind of a spirited turnover, because they offense thought they'd won at that point. So it was good to see the defense keep fighting for the ball though.
So what is your biggest challenge this week?
To win our Pac-10 opener. To go up on the road. I've always thought with coaching here, one of your hardest things to do is to get your team motivated when it's not the national game of the week, or it's not the big ESPN or ABC game or whatever. And because these guys have been so programmed to be in so many of those games, that these are the games you worry most about. You're going to go up there, and I'm assuming it's not going to be sold out. I'm assuming there won't be the energy around a 12 o'clock kickoff like what they're used to seeing. So it's to take care of ourselves, not worry about what's going on around us, and play extremely well, regardless of where we're at or what's going on.
Is there a lesser feeling though, because it doesn't mean anything on paper if you win the conference this year?
Not at all. It's one game at a time, and whatever games they let us play, our goal is to win. And there's a lot riding on each game, individually for the players, for themselves, and for us as a team. So I don't think our players even think about that. I think they even think they can win the conference. I don't think they know that.
Has any position improved more from game 1 to game 3 than the safeties, TJ and Jawanda?
Well, D-line, you'd have to argue in there, but those two guys definitely have. Even though some of the bigger plays were after they came out there in that Hawaii game, they have played extremely well. And TJ, I would think is probably statistically playing as well as any safety in the country. His amount of tackles and plays on the ball and being around it. And Juwan's played extremely well himself, but they'd have to challenge the defensive line, who has played 2 games in a row, extremely physical.
I was talking to Monty about their offense. So I guess their quarterback is a concern, and Montgomery, the running back, as well, right?
Yeah, the quarterback's playing a lot better, I think, than people would assume, just by maybe their record. He's taking care of the ball. He's being very efficient. So we're going to have our hands full. He can throw the ball extremely well, and James Montgomery can break it any time. So we're going to have to go up there and play really well in all 3 phases.
You might have been asked this, but have you made any decision at running back yet?
No, we haven't. We played everybody. Mark was actually limited today, but we did some stuff with him. Kind of threw everybody in there. We'll continue to do that tomorrow and then figure it out as we get closer to the game.
Their stats against the run are not very good. I assume you're going to try and pound the ball on them.
That would be your assumption.
Is that a decent assumption?
No, I don't know. We're still developing our game plan. And, stats are one thing. You always got to have a feel for the game once it's going. And we've seen those games before where supposedly a team's supposed to be bad against the pass or run, and they play great, in the first quarter. So we'll figure it out.
Is Nikel Roby still secure as a starter, or have you reopened that competition?
And I wouldn't necessarily say we've reopened it, but we're always evaluating it. We hope to rotate in a number of guys this week. Get through this game with hopefully a win, get to 4-0, come back for our season or for our Pac-10 opener at home, and really have a good grasp of evaluating 4 games combined with everybody, and sitting down Sunday and really figuring out exactly where we're at as a team and where our position groups are, and try to be really set as we go into that game.
Have you detected Nikel's confidence waning at all because he's kind of been picked on a little bit?
No, and if you go back to that touchdown, unfortunately, one of our linebackers is running off, and they're yelling at him to get back on, and Nikel turns around and the ball snapped, and so the guy's already a step behind him, misses his jam at the line. So Nikel's very confident. I don't think that's an issue.
Coach, you have the most unusual theory on 2-point conversions. How do you explain that?
It's not working very well right now. So what happens is there's a certain look on it's not playing that we're going for sure in the first one. You know, we go out there and they give us a certain look. Our PAT team's out there, and then we take an advantage look, just like a quarterback does. Matt does all the time when we give him audibles to run, and unfortunately they haven't worked as planned. And then that's put us behind at that point, behind the number game in a sense, and so it's forced some other ones that we've had to do just to try to catch up.
So are you a change of plans with that from now on, or?
No, I mean, it's just like anything. If you're not running the ball well, you don't all of a sudden stop running it. So if people give us advantages that we think are in our favor, we'll still try to take advantage of them, and hopefully we'll execute better.
But isn't the whole theory behind two-point conversions, don't fall behind early on it and only take it when you need them?
Yeah, well, like Scott says, we're positive here. We're thinking that we make them when we try them, so we're thinking that we're getting up by 8
Okay.
right away.
Even if the percentages are against you?
Yeah, they are. But in what we're doing, we're hoping the percentages are for us, because we're not just deciding to go for it regardless. You know, we're going for it versus looks that we think are in our favor.
Do you religiously follow that chart that coaches have that was developed on the 2-point?
Yeah, there's different. I mean, those charts. There's actually different charts that disagree with each other. So we do for a lot of the times. There are sometimes certain feels. You know, we may go against it just by feel of the game or momentum, and you know. But for the most part, we usually follow it.
Coach, we talked about it last week. Now you've had 3 wins where you lost 2 points, 2 spots in the rankings again every week. You say you don't care, but isn't that annoying a little bit?
Not at all. You know, that's fine. Maybe we'll go 5-0 and we'll be out of the top 25. So, yeah, if we keep winning and we keep going down, that's fine. Our goal is to win games, not to impress pollsters or cover spreads.
But from a recruiting standpoint, doesn't it help to be ranked or not?
I don't think so. I don't think kids really pay attention to that very much. I think they pay attention to what's going on the field and when you're playing and you're playing for them for their future once they get here.
Thank you, sir.
All right.